जतभी ब्रह्मा जी तथापि लोक क्रीड़ा के लिए, लोक शिक्षा के लिए और कृष्ण लीला पुष्टि के लिए
Soon English starting.
उन्होंने कृष्ण के बछड़े और सखाओं के जैसे कहा जाता है ब्रह्मा-वimohan मध्य संप्रदाय के लोग, विधाता संप्रदाय के लोग इस विवाह को ले क्या बोलते हैं क्षिप्त लोग नहीं मानते। ब्रह्मा जी जैसे जब बहुत सा कैसा करेंगे किंतु सुखदेव गोस्वामी का श्रीमद् भागवत में इस नाम के संदर्भ में वर्णन किया इस लीला में विशेष वैशिष्ट यद्यपि ब्रह्म के कोई भ्रम नहीं हो सकता। पद्धति में 4 दोष प्रमाण विपरीत और ब्रह्मा जी मुक्त महापुरुष कोई साधारण जीव नहीं है। वास्तव में ब्रह्मा जी कोई मुक्त महापुरुष नहीं है। तथापि कृष्ण की इच्छा, भगवान की इच्छा और कृष्ण के आगे की जो लीला थी प्रकट करने के लिए ब्रह्मा जी ने समस्त लीला को दिखाया। क्योंकि इस लीला को संक्षेप रूप में बताता हूँ। एक दिन कृष्ण सभाओं के साथ भोजन कर
Srila Goswami explains this thing in Srimad Bhagavatam about Brahma, because actually Brahma, he knows past, present and future, so these 4 flaws of the deluded jiva is not affected by that, but by Krishna's desire. Because of Krishna's desire, he made this Lila of stealing the coughs and friends of Krishna. But actually, the story is like that. When Krishna killed Agasura, the soul of Agasura, so all the demons through Sri Hari, all demons that are killed by Sri Hari, they enter into the Jyoti, the glow of Bhagavan, the Brahma. So actually when this demon, he died, he entered into Krishna. So when Brahma, he saw that, the next day, he saw the friends of Krishna eating, he saw Krishna eating the remnants of his friends. So this doubt came into his mind. He thought, is this Krishna? Is this Bhagavan really Narayana? Because actually Narayana does not accept the remnants of anyone. But Krishna, he take the remnants of the cowherd boys. So that's why Brahma, he was with this doubt in his mind. So in order to finish with this doubt of Brahma, Bhagavan with his Jogamaya, he presented his Lila. And Krishna, that time Krishna, he was only cowherding the calves, not the cows. And he was with the cows and his friends. And he said, okay, the calves are ready. They started to walk. So he said, I'm coming. So he went after the calves, and what he did? Brahma took the sakas from Krishna and also the calves, and he put them inside a cave. So first Brahma, he stole the friends of Krishna, then he stole the calves, and he put them inside a cave. And Krishna, as an ordinary boy, he was looking for his friends and the calves, but he did not find anyone. And he was like an ordinary boy, very afraid. Where are my friends? Where are my friends? Where are the calves? Yes, Bhagavan. He knows everything, and also he's totally naive and innocent. He knows everything, but still he manifests this ignorance, like he doesn't know anything. So Shukadeva Goswami, he explains that Krishna, he had a little bit of yogurt mixed with rice in his hand, because what the Brajavasis like, they like to eat rice with yogurt. That's what the Brajavasis like to eat. Nowadays they make this food is different. They make rice with curry. They cook this food, but actually, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained that it's actually rice mixed with yogurt. And Krishna, when he was, with one hand, he was holding this rice with yogurt, and with the other hand, he was eating. And he didn't even wash his hands. And Krishna looked, and he saw, like, he did not see his friends and did not see the calves, and he was very afraid. Where is everybody? And his mouth was dry, like when something disappeared, when something goes away, you are very, very scared. You are afraid. So first he was afraid, but after he understood that, oh, Brahma stole my friends and the calves, because he doubted of me. He doubted if I was really Bhagavan or not. So in this moment, what Krishna did? What did he do? According to Srimad Bhagavatam, when Brahmaji, when he stole the calves and the sakas and he put them in the cave, he went to Brahma-loka. What Bhagavan did? He manifested in form of Brahmaji. He went to Brahma-loka. And he told the security guards of Brahma-loka, if anyone comes here, someone like that look like me, don't let this person enter. After some time, Brahmaji, he entered into the place. And when the real Brahmaji wanted to enter Satyaloka, the security guard at the door, he said, no, what are you doing here? What do you want here? He said, I am Brahma. But the security said, no, You are not the real Brahma. The real Brahma already came. And he was confused, surprised. What happened? Then Brahma, he came back into this planet Earth. And he saw the Krishna Lila was happening. And Krishna was going to the cows. And when Brahma saw this, he thought, he was surprised. He thought, how is that possible? Asked all his friends and asked the cows and put them all in the cave. But when he looked inside that cave, he saw that the calves were really there inside the cave. But at the same time, Krishna was gazing at the calves. He was confused. Was he in a dream or what? So with his two heads, he was looking. One head looking into the cave, the other head looking to Krishna. Krishna with the calves. Then Brahmaji was more surprised. What is happening? Then afterwards Brahmaji understood that Krishna is Bhagavan, is God. So Bhagavan came and he did establish duties to Bhagavan. But what Bhagavan did? To make Brahma really have faith in that, Krishna showed him his form of the four arms and all the coughs and friends, like showing. And Brahma did all this, the prayers, and after that he went away. And Krishna just smiled a little bit after. Because among all the prayers that Brahma did, one of the prayers was this one, Ahobhagyam. This shloka that speaks, this shloka says that the residents of Braj are very fortunate because Parabrahma, the personality of Godhead, is among them, is with them, member of their family. So how many times you have to do parikrama in the temple? You have to circumambulate 4 times the temple. But Brahmaji, he did only 3 times because he was so afraid to commit offense again that he ran away so fast. So he did the parikrama of Krishna only 3 times, not 4 times. And Krishna only smiled when he spoke this specific verse about the Brajavasis, and Brahma was repented. Here also Tadasiddhanta explains that Brahma actually is Jiva Tattva, and the Sakas and the calves of Krishna, they are Nitya Parikaras of Bhagavan. So how could Brahma stole them from Krishna? So these our acharyas, they explain in a wonderful way, because when this doubt was this doubt came in Brahma's mind, and he wanted to stole the calves and friends. Actually, all of them, they disappeared, but because of Yoga Maya, Krishna manifested other calves and friends. In this way, also Ravana, when he wanted to capture, to take Krishna, to take Sita. Sita actually, she disappeared. The real Sita was not dead. But Ravana was touching another Sita. She was a manifestation of Maya. So there is this Siddhanta that actually Brahmaji, he stole this Kalpita, these calves and friends in form, it was actually Maya in form of the calves and friends. So after Baladeva Prabhu, he was also with Krishna against the cows, and 1 year had passed. So what they realized that the cows prefer to stay with the calves of 1 year old, and not with the newborn babies, calves. So they were thinking, what is happening? And Gurudev Prabhu, the day that Brahmaji stole the calves and friends, Baladeva Prabhu, that day, he was not with Krishna against the calves. For some reason that he didn't go there. There are many reasons for this Lila that Acharyas they explain, because afterwards Krishna is going to do the Rasa Lila. And what is the relationship with Krishna and the gopis? They are Samada Gyana. Because actually, this day that Brahmaji stole the calves, Purnamasi Devi, she also knows past, present, and future. So she made an announcement. She said, all the girls, they have to marry. It's the moment for them. All of them have to marry right now. So all of them got married with Krishna. Because Krishna, she expanded in the form of the friends, of all his friends. So even the girls that were inside the womb, that they were like promised to marry this, like some specific boy, and that boy was also Krishna. So these people, they don't understand this Parakya Bhava, these ignorant people. He's doing this because of these people. So they can say, oh, Krishna actually, he did marry with all these gopis. Jiva Goswami writes that in this way, because Krishna is doing Rasa Lila, who are actually the gopis? They are Swarupa Shakti. They are the devotees of Krishna, and Krishna also got married with them. There is also the story of Anirbat when Srimati Radhika got married with Krishna. And this is the mode of marriage mode. But what is the speciality of Rasa Lila? The Sakya mode does not happen in the Rasa Lila, because if this happened, why Krishna did not make the Rasa Lila in Dwara Karmatura? Because he had all the queens there, and they were very beautiful, so they were not ordinary women. But still, why he didn't do the Rasa Lila there? All of these vicharas, our acharyas, they explain. So coming back, Brahmaji was very sad. I like some obstacle in Bhagavan's Lila. It was because of him. He went to ask forgiveness. Actually, Bhagavan had already forgiven him, but he was not satisfied. So he went to Navadip to do austerities in Brahmastali. What is Brahmastali? In Mayapur, the place of Brahmaji austerities. Actually, the place of appearance of Mahaprabhu. Oh wow, this place is Tapasya in Mayapur, this same place where Mahaprabhu was born afterwards. Bhagavan he told Brahmaji, I am satisfied with your austerity. So Bhagavan showed him first the form of Krishna in Navadvipa. And then he showed the form of Mahaprabhu. And Brahmaji was very satisfied. And Brahmaji asked me a benediction. And he said, this form that you show me of Gauranga, I want to serve. Let me serve this form of yours. And Krishna said, okay, in Kali Yuga, you can help my Nama Sankirtana, you can serve my Nama Sankirtana. Help me to preach. You will help me preach so much. And Brahma told, okay. And after that, what happened? Brahmaji, he asked another benediction. He said, Prabhu, this Lila of yours, especially this Gaura Lila, please don't give me a birth as Brahma, give me a birth in a low caste. Because if I am born in a low family, I'm going to be humble. I will be humble. Because usually the person that is Brahma is very proud. A person that is Brahmana, also if I am very rich, if I'm very beautiful, if I have a lot of knowledge, I will be very proud. My ego will be so much. So he said, let me be born in a low family. And the same Brahma in Mahaprabhu's Lila, he came as Haridasa Thakura. And he helped Mahaprabhu to preach the Harinama Sankirtan. He helped Mahaprabhu. And there's another Harikatha in different kalpas, different eras. Haridas Thakura is the combined form of Haridas, combined form of Brahma and Maharaj. Siddha Mahatma is also Vishwanatha Chakravarti Pada. By the desire of God, Sadhaka Jivas, they can enter into the body of Mahatma to relish these Lilas and also serve. For example, Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada explains that in Nitya Mukta Mahapurusha, sometimes they are sick. And why the devotees sometimes are sick? Because this is a small karma foul. And this jiva comes in the body of this Mahapurusha in order to finish the suffering of this karma. Actually, this Nitya Mukta Mahapurusha has no karma at all. And also, because if he does not have any disease, he will not be humble. Krishna Chakravarti explains that this kind of Lila, Surmohan Lila, two kinds of Lila. One is they loaded the demons, and he gives mercy to the devotees is one kind of Lila, and the other Lila, it's to delude the demons. So, for example, the Siddha Mahapurusha, he becomes sick. Why? Because he doesn't have karma. But if you chant one Namapada, everything is destroyed. So that's why I always give emphasis in Ajamil Harikatha, because Ajamil only he chanted Namabas and all his papa were destroyed. The seed of the papas, the ignorance, also the desire to commit sinful activities, everything, all of this is destroyed with Namabas. When you chant Shulanama, prema arises. So this shloka explains the symptoms of prema and all. The symptom of Shuddhanama is that it gives prema. And in Namabasa, what happens? All your material desires are destroyed. All kinds of desire of material satisfaction is destroyed. All of these kinds of sinful activities are destroyed. Also, these pious activities are also destroyed because Namabasa destroys everything. This punya. Some people are afraid. Why this punya has to be destroyed? My papa, okay, but my punya, why? Because if you still have punya, you have to come back to this world to suffer or to relish this. Or to suffer or to have pleasure. You have to suffer or relish this. You have to come back. So people ask why we have this suffering. Because actually the result of the punya and also papa, they are both suffering actually. Both are suffering. Because through punya you get happiness. You experience this happiness because of punya. Because of the papa, you experience this suffering. So I was talking about Namabas. There are many kinds of Namabas. The glories of the holy names are said so much. One is Namabas. This is not inferior. This also can destroy your sins. What is that? For example, you don't speak the name of Rama or Hari directly. It's indirectly. For example, when you say a name, for example, Hati Kari, the first syllable, Ha, and the last syllable, Ri. So actually it's the name Hari, but in the middle there is another syllable. So if you speak this word Hatikari, you also have some benefit. This is some kind of Namabas. Namabas. So Namabasa gives the fruit. And in the life of Haridasa Thakura, we saw that. So coming back to Harikatha, I was speaking and saying that sometimes in the body of Mahapurusha, even a sadhaka can enter into his body in order to suffer some things. So in this context, the son of this, what is the name of the son of this person? One day, his father was doing puja, deity puja, and he took a tulsi leaf, some tulsi leaves from the son took some tulsi leaves, and the father asked, did you wash these tulsi leaves before? And he said, no, because tulsi leaves were always clean. But the father explained, no, you have to wash in order to offer to God. And the father said, you are a mlecha, my son. Because you are like a Muslim person. this person also entered inside Haridasa Thakur. So Haridasa Thakur is Brahmaji, Radha Maharaja, and also this boy, this son of this person. Do you remember the name of this person, Madhavi? Madhavi is a Mahapurusha. Richak, the son of Richak. He also entered in the body of Haridasa Thakur. So when you are doing archer, especially when you are offering tulsi leaves to the lotus feet of Krishna, you have to wash the leaves before. When you are afraid of something, you will remember this thing. If you're not afraid, you will not remember it. So when you will offer tulsi, you will remember this lila. You will remember that if you don't wash the leaves, you have to be born as a mlecha. That's why Shastra says that the fear, what the fear does with us, it makes us remember to follow the rules, and also so we will not commit a parade of offenses again. This fear. That's the sweetest devotee in Germany that I met, and oh no, it was an Indian devotee, and he went to Germany to meet his family. So he went to Germany, to Berlin, and what did he do? Because the money in Germany, it's more valuable than here in India. So 1 euro? 1 euro is 67 rupees or more, 70 or 80. So this is what he rented a car with his family in Germany, and he himself wanted to drive the car. He drove the car because he had the license. So he was in some place, and what happened? Because here, anywhere you pull the car, you stop, you can pass water anywhere. But there, it's not like that. So what did he do? He went to pass water in the road, someplace, and there he stopped the car, but there was a place like a toilet, but it was not for free. He had to pay. It was only some 50 euros, 50 cents. But in rupees it was 30 rupees. So he was thinking, I have to pay 30 rupees only to pass water. I don't want to pay anything. And there were 5 people in the family. So how much they will have to pay? Because Indians, they are always thinking like that. The Westerners are not thinking about anything about that. Or 50 cents is nothing. But Indian people, they are thinking 30 rupees to pay. I'm going to pay 30 rupees only to pass water in this toilet, and my family, we are in 5 people, so I have to pay how much? So he was thinking that he drove the car a little bit more in the road, and they went like in the bush. And in the Western countries, everywhere you go, there are these security cameras. And when they came back, there were 3 cars, three police cars, and they gave him a fine of 1,000 euros, 60,000 rupees. He had to pay this fine. He showed the passport. Because the Western devotees, they don't accept, I don't know the word. Thieves. when you have a little some money in the pocket and you give the policeman and he accepts this money and don't give you the fine, but the Western is not like that. In the Western, he didn't know. He asked, "Oh, please forgive me. I'm not going to do this again." And he said, "Yes, I know. That's why I'm giving you this fine, so you don't do this again." So this person, this devotee, told me this story because when we so the policeman said, "That's why I'm giving you this fine, so you'll never do this again. You remember this forever." Like yesterday, we were in a car and we stopped in a place and it was written, do not not parking in the place, not even 2 minutes, because they can take your car away if you stop in the place. It's prohibited yesterday. Nowadays, also in Delhi, this is very strict here in Delhi. So what I'm trying to say is that for you not to, you have to remember to never offer tulsi leaves to the deity without washing them before. If you don't do this, you have to be born in a family, low caste family. So So you always remember that, because the fear takes you to bhakti. You remember, I don't have to do this, because if I do this, I'll get this fruit. So the fear protects you. If you don't have fear, how will you be protected if you don't have fear? So you have to protect the money you have, because if the money just falls down and then finish, it's not like that. You have to understand that everything is for the service of Bhagavan, and you have to protect everything like that. I don't understand which Maharaj. If someone gave him 10 rupees, he used to like fold the money like very carefully and put in the pocket. And someone asked him, Paranguru Maharaj, someone asked him, why you have so much attachment to money? Because even if someone gave him 1 rupee, 10 rupees, he used to like, what is the word? Fall down very carefully and put it inside his pocket. And why you have this attachment to money? And Guru Maharaj said, look, this money is actually to serve God. And we have always to respect everything that is used for the service of Lord. We have to keep it very carefully. Because if I put the money anywhere, like inside my cloth, when I do pranamas, the money just falls down. So you have to be very careful, because this is to serve the Prabhu God. So you have to give more importance to the things that are used to service to God than to God Himself. Because what is bhakti? What does bhakti mean? You give more intense attention to the things that are for the service of God than to God Himself. So then you can serve. That's why Paranguru Maharaj said, these 10 rupees that you gave me is to serve God. So something that is for the service of God, you have to you must have so much respect for those things. So Mother Jashoda, she protected the milk that was in the fire. Krishna was saying, the milk is for me, or I'm for the milk. Krishna was saying, I'm superior and the milk is inferior. So why do you have more love for the milk than for me? That's why Krishna was angry. That's the Lila that happened. It happened like that. Krishna told, Krishna said, you have more love for the milk than for me. Then that's why he was angry. And he said, if there is no milk or anything, then don't need to churn the yogurt or anything. Because where there's no bamboo, there's no flute. He was very angry. The Mother Jashoda, yes, Ashraya Tattva. And what is the conception of Ashraya Tattva? It is, I have to give a lot of attention to those things that are meant for Krishna. So what is the vichar that we're going to accept? Mother Yashoda Krishna. Mother Jashoda. Ashraya Vigraha Vichar. We have to accept this conception, not the Vishaya conception, because this conception of Mother Jashoda is that she gives more attention to those things that are related or meant for Krishna than for Krishna himself. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada described it's a proverb in Bengali. Have to give special attention to those things that are for Krishna service. Sometimes I give an example that a Vaishnava told the story. A guru and a disciple, they were going somewhere, and Guru had his shoes. And what he did, he put the shoes outside the temple, because he went inside to have darshan of God. And the disciple, what did he do? He did not enter in the temple inside with Guru, he stayed outside with the shoes. And the shoes told the disciple, the shoes spoke like that, why are you standing up with me? Go inside and to have the darshan of Bhagavan. The shoes, they were saying, we are very low. The shoes, they were saying, we are very low. So if he lost his shoes, he's going to have this difficulty. It's not going to be easy for him, because the shoes serve the feet of Gurudev. So my duty is to serve you. And if I serve you, Gurudev is going to be happy. And if Gurudev is happy, God is going to be happy also. So what is the meaning of that? That we have to give so much attention to the service of Guru and Krishna. We have to understand that everything is not for my, just not for my, it's not for me. Everything is for Bhagavan. It's not for my sense gratification. So then you will have priti, affection, and this is bhakti, and that is the siddhanta. And if you are afraid, what fear does? It takes us to the path of bhakti. But if a person does not have knowledge and says, oh, I am a Raganuga Bhakti, why do I have to follow Vaidhi Bhakti? Vaidhi Bhakti, what is the meaning of this word? It's when you do Bhakti out of fear. Like, if you have fear of the Shastra, like what Shastra says, you are afraid of the suffering you have to go through if you don't follow those things. If you don't even have Vaidhi Bhakti, how will you get to Raganuga Bhakti? You have to understand that these things are meant for Bhagavan, and you have to protect and take care of those things. If I have something inside my pocket, I think this thing inside my pocket is to serve God, I cannot lose this. And if you have this feeling, your hand will automatically go to that place. You will cover the place so the money is not going to fall down in the floor and everything. So you have to have this vichar that the things that are meant to serve God should not be destroyed. That's why Mother just showed that when the milk was almost falling down. I don't know the word. You have to protect the things that are for the service of Gopal. It does not mean that they're not going to protect Gopal. That's not the question. But you have to protect the things that are for Gopal. So that's why Mother Yashoda went to save the milk. Because afterwards, Krishna, if she lost the milk, how will she make sweets or other things with the milk? So what is the meaning of this? We have to give more attention to the things that are meant for Bhagavan Seva and for Bhagavan himself. If we have this mentality, then we are going to serve God in the proper way. So that's why the son of this man, he did not wash the tulasi leaves before offering to God. Because of that, he got birth. He was born in the mlecha body, and he entered in the Haridasa Thakura's body also. So he asked Bhagavan, please give me birth in a low class family, so I can be very humble. Chaitanya Bhagavata says, the more you are humble, the more God gives you mercy. So if you are born in a very high family, you think I am a Brahmana. This ego to, oh, I have so much money, I'm so beautiful, I have so much knowledge. All of this is ahankara, is ego. And this ahankara is the cause of your fall. That's why Brahma, he made this prayer to Bhagavan. Prabhu, yeah, okay, I'm going to help your Lila with Namasankirtana, but I want to be born in a very low family. And Haridasa Thakura is a very dear recipient of the love and mercy of Mahaprabhu. Is the recipient of the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Haridasa Thakura is very special. In his life is very special. And Mahaprabhu gave him the title Namacharya. Is the Acharya of the holy names. What is the meaning of Acharya? There is another definition of Acharya, actually. It's that person that does not have to take Diksha or Mantra from anyone, does not take teaching from anyone, because all is manifested, spontaneously manifested in the heart of the person. So this is explained in Ujjal Nilamani. Like Radhaji, Radha, she does not need guru, and she only learns things from Lalita Devi because she's very humble. And all this is explained in Ujjvala Nilamani. Yesterday, I told you that Krishna, he took advice from Uddhava. And this is the humility of Krishna. It's because it's to give honor to the others. That's why he does this. And we have to honor everybody. Because even Bhagavan, he does that. He knows what to do. He already knows, but still he asks, what should I do? So the definition of Acharya, Srimati Radhika, she's Pandita. She's expert in all the knowledge. This is self-manifests inside her. This is the conception. Haridasa Thakura, he did not accept mantra or diksha from anyone, but since his childhood, in an spontaneous way, he chanted the holy names. He had ruchi for the holy names, and Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada explains that if someone did not take diksha and did not take initiation, and still this person is chanting holy names and has prema, you have to understand that in previous life this person already did everything. So in this life, this person does not need. This shloka explains. Nama has so glorious. So you don't even need to have diksha. So before you do something auspicious, there is a rule. Before you do something auspicious, you have to. There's a fire sacrifice, some restrictions that you have to do. Also, when you take diksha, there are rules. Vaishnavas don't follow this, but according to Smarta Brahmanas, there are many rules to follow. For example, according to Smarta Brahmanas, they have these rules. You have to fast for 3 days. When you're going to take diksha, you have to fast for 3 days. And eat fruit only for 3 days. Do you do this? No. But according to Smartas, it's like that. When you're taking diksha, you have to fast or take fruits, only fruits, for 3 days. And devotees asking, what is the result to fast and eat only fruits? Gurudev says, because if you eat food from another person that another person cooks, your mind will be contaminated. So when you fast, this contamination is out of your body. That's why they do this. Smartas, they do like that for 3 days. They fast. They eat only fruits. Because the grains, they contaminate your mind. That's why for 3 days, Smarta Brahmanas, they don't eat. If you ask them, they will explain you very well about this. But nowadays, they don't follow. It's not like that anymore so much. And after, you have to take a bath in a holy river. You have to shave your head. And after the fire sacrifice, you have to feed the Brahmanas. And the Brahmanas are very smart. If you want to take diksha, you have to feed the Brahmanas. You have to give donation to Brahmanas. You have to give them 11 items, 11 rupees, everything is like that, 11. So after you give food to Brahmanas, in donation, then you take Diksha from Guru. These are the rules of this matter. After worshipping the deity and feed the brahmanas and purify yourself, then you take Diksha.
इससे दीक्षा लेने की जरूरत ही नहीं ना कोई प्रश्चर्या कराने की कुछ करना ना कोई संधर्म का पालन करना पर इतिहास मुझे केवल हरे कृष्ण के साथ ही साथ
Nama is different. Only for you. You are just speaking Hare Krishna and Brahma manifests in your tongue. Nama is so sweet. The glories of the holy names are so sweet. And Haridasa Thakura did not accept any guru. He did not take Diksha from any guru. But since his childhood, spontaneously he chanted the holy names. Every day he used to chant three lakhs of holy names. The person who has taste for holy names, you have to understand that in previous life, this person already did everything. So if this person manifests prema, people, they don't understand this. So they say Haridasa Thakura doesn't have guru, so I'm not having guru also. But do you chant 3 lakhs every day? No, one day you chant, the other day you sleep, one day you wake up 3 a.m., the other day you don't wake up, I think you said. Isn't this true? Isn't it true? You are just like pretending, imitating. Oh, I'm going to wake up 3 a.m. Then you do, but then you have so much headache. Then for 3 days you don't wake up again in the morning and you don't even come to regularity. That's the difference between imitating and the real thing. So, Haridasa Thakura is not an ordinary person. He is Jamasiddha. He is perfected from birth. He's directly the combined form of Brahma and Brahma. So for him, it was not necessary to have a guru. Some people say he did not accept guru, so I don't need to have a guru also. So okay, chant recites with 300,000 holy names every day. So okay, you do this, you imitate, but then for 15 days you don't even take the Japamala again. You cannot do this. So you have to follow the rules of the scriptures. Since the childhood, Haridasa Thakura every day chanted 1 lakh, also 3 lakhs. So 1 lakh he chanted in a out loud. Another laka, very low voice, and the third laka he chanted in his mind. These are the glories of the holy names, and Haridasa Thakura showed them. He established the glories of the holy names in this world. That's why Mahaprabhu gave him this title, Namacharya. He is Brahma-Haridasa Thakura. So he's the perfect Brahma. Because it's not only by using the secret try that you're going to be Brahma. No? Brahmana. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, he thought if you put tilaka in the forehead of a donkey, and also you go to the market and with 1 rupee you can buy sacred thread and you put in a donkey, he's going to become a Brahman? No. Do you think that only by using the sacred thread you're going to become a Brahmana? No. Actually, this is just formality. Only using tilaka, putting tilaka, only by putting tilaka and using the sacred thread, only by this you do not become a Vaishnava. So this it depends on your behavior and also your bhajana sadhana. Haridasa Thakura every day he used to chant 3 lakhs of the holy names. He's seated in the banks of Ganga and chanted the holy names. In a place that it was like snake cave. And because he chanted the pure names. So that snake, it was actually Anantadeva. The snake appeared for him and he wanted to run away because of the snake. But then the snake, Anantadeva told him, no, I am Anantadeva, I came to listen the holy names of God from your mouth. So Anantadeva himself came to Haridasa to listen to him chanting holy names. So Rupa Goswami explains the glories of the holy names in his Grantha. Haridasa Rupa Goswami spoke to them this shloka. The names of the holy names, and Rupa Goswami spoke this shloka. And Haridasa, when he heard this verse, he thought, "Oh, this I never heard someone explain the verse of the holy names like that." When you chant holy names, you pray to God. You say, "God, I want 100 million mouth and eyes so I can so I can have the darshan of a beautiful form, and also 100 millions mouth tongues to chant your holy names, so your holy names can dance inside my mouth." You want also 100 million ears to hear the glories of the holy names. That's why Haridasa Thakur, he preached the holy names. Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, listen, Nityananda Haridas, preach everywhere." Where? He asked. Nityananda Prabhu said, "Let's go, Haridas. First, let's go to the cemetery. There's no one there, only ghosts." Nityananda Prabhu is Avaduta. He told, "Come on, Haridas, let's go preach in the cemetery, in the graveyard." But who lived there? The graveyard. Jagai and Madai. Jagadananda and Madhavananda, their names. Jagai and Madai. They used to drink so much. So the story of the deliverance of Jagannath is so beautiful, because when a pure devotee chants the holy names, do you have faith or not? Possible activities are destroyed. And that's Thakura's main acharya. So then he made a he did pray to God. I want to give up my body looking at your lotus feet. And tomorrow I'll tell you the story. Haridasa Thakura is an avatar of Brahma. And what is the status of Brahma? What is the rasa? Rasa of Brahma is in Dasya Rasa. Jayadharma Bhakti Thakur explains that Brahma is in Dasya Rasa. His adhikar, his eligibility is Dasya, according to his post. He has this adhikar in Dasya. It's not only by speaking Gopi Katha that you become a Gopi. It's not like that. It's not because you are explaining speaking Gopi Katha that you have Madhurya Rasa. Many Panditas, they speak all those things also, but do you think everybody's Gopi? It's not only because you're speaking this Katha that you are Gopi. As it sort of has a specific ras, I think he said it. And it's not because someone is not speaking about that the person is not Madhurya Rasa. People think, oh, he's speaking Gopi Katha, so he's certainly a Gopi, but this is not like that. Little by little, doing bhajan and sadhana, when your heart becomes clear, crystal clear, then your Swarupa will manifest. As I told you the other day that Parikit Maharaj, Santa Goswami explained that Parikit Maharaj, he attained Gopi Bhava. But Sukadeva Goswami, he spoke Gopi Harikatha, but his Swarupa, he's a Shukapaksha, he's the parent of Srimati Radhika. So who is superior, Shukapaksha or Gopi? Gopi is superior. So who is more superior, Parikit Maharaj or Sukadeva Goswami? So it's not only by speaking about one thing that see how the Santa Maharaj speaks so well about Rasalila. So you cannot know who this person is because of what this person is speaking. That's not the conception. You can know that. You can try. This is not evidence because you can see the symptoms. You can like think about some conclusion because of the symptoms, but it's not like that because that's why we say that self-realization is the best realization. When you do bhajan, you get to self-realization. Then you can understand everything. Because that person that has all the knowledge, then what does it mean?
ये बात ठीक है, हरिदास ठाकुर को रस के मानना आपके पास कहे ये अपराध बन जाए। आप इस
And you can even commit offense of what you're speaking. Make some aparado. So we should not discuss these kind of things. Do you chant one lakh of holy names every day? No. So chant 64 rounds every day. Then anartha vritti will happen. Then you can develop in your spiritual life. So, Lords of the Holy Names. You chant pure names when you have association of pure devotees. So, when we will chant the pure holy names, when we have sadhu sangha of a pure devotee, then anartha nivriti, and when the heart is with Shuddha Sattva, as long as we don't have the sadhu sangha or this with the Shuddha Bhakta, and also when we don't. So first, sadhu sangha. So what is the meaning of Shuddha? We have to have this sadhu sangha with the pure devotee and chant holy names, and then listen Harikatha little by little, and then this pure name will come to your tongue. Your tongue. But if you don't even know about yourself, you don't have this self-realization, how can you speak about the swarupa of other people? You want to know about the swarupa of others, but first you have to know about your own swarupa. It's the first question of Sanatana Goswami. Who am I? He did not ask, who are you? His first question was, who am I? He asked Mahaprabhu about himself. But we do the opposite. We ask, Gurudev, what is your swarupa, Gurudev? But I say to this person, do you know your swarupa? You ask me about my swarupa, but do you know your own swarupa? You don't know. So, why you want to know about others? First, open your own eyes, then you can see the others. You have your eyes closed, and you're asking, who are you? Right? You have eyes closed, and you're asking, who are you? And the other person will ask, oh, brother, do you want to know who am I? So, open your eyes. If someone knocks on your door, you open the door. No, your door is closed. And you ask, who is there? But the door is closed. And say, oh, I am this person. And you ask again, but who are you? Why the person is going to answer? Open the door, then you will see who am I. You see who. Do you understand the Siddhanta? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that first you have to know who are you, who you are. You have to know your identity. First you have to open your eyes. Because, yeah, you have to open your eyes. So what's the meaning of that? That means you have to know your own identity. Your own. You have to put an effort to know your own swarupa, and this is self-realization. Then you have to chant holy names. You have to be in sadhu sangha, study the scriptures. When you really achieve this realization, you will be able to ask about others. First, you have to know about yourself. You don't even know about yourself. You have your eyes closed. And still you want to see the others. But you have your eyes closed and you want to see the others. How is that possible? Open your eyes. That's why the shloka says people explain how you know about God. You have to change holy names. And how? Through the Pisanchana. Mahaprabhu, no, Haridasa, the personification of humility. He's very humble. So the shloka says that the more you are humble, the more God will give you mercy. A shower of mercy will fall down over you. How this humility will come? How? Abandon your ego, your ahankar. If you think, I am not qualified for everything, I have no qualification for anything, you have to have this kind of feeling, this humility. Should not be false, but you have to. Actually, as much, the more you chant the holy names, the more you chant holy names, the humility will come. Because everything we do, is for chanting holy names, because the names are the sadhana and also sadhya. So the more you chant, the more you get anartha and so on. All kata that we speak, all harikata, in the beginning, the middle, and the end, it's harinam. So you ask, how humility will come? Nam is sadhana and also sadhya. So all harikata that we speak and we listen, what's the fruit of that? Of harikata is to develop the taste for chanting holy names. We spend so much money to make a festival, to do a festival, and so many people gather. The fruit of that is to develop taste for the holy names. The devotee is asking, is there any relation between seva and humility? And Gurudev says, the more you do seva, more taste will get for the holy names. Doing seva, you have sukriti. So then you have, it's not like just sleeping and chanting while you're sleeping. You chant 2-3 rounds and you sleep again. No, you have to do seva. You have to offer water to Tulsi, you have to serve Guru and Vaishnava. This will give you Sukriti, and the fruit of Sukriti is that you develop Namaruchi, the taste of the holy names.